Okay, you guys, I am so excited for today's video because I love books. I'm going to be giving you guys a bookshelf tour to show you every single book that I own. I will be giving you guys a tour of this bookshelf right here. I also have some books in my closet that I will be showing you guys and some books on my Kindle. But okay, let's go ahead and get straight into the books that I have on my bookshelf. Okay, so first of all, as you can see, my bookshelf is in an awkward corner. When I redid my room, I did not have much space for this bookshelf to be out and on display, so in this corner was honestly the best place for it to go. So it's a little bit of an awkward camera angle, so just bear with me. On the very top shelf up here, first and foremost, we have the Dune series, the whole complete series. One of the books is in my nightstand drawer, but I do have the whole entire complete series of 6 books, and I have not read the whole entire series yet. I've read the first book. They're long reads, but I really enjoy them, and I know the Dune movie is out, so if you want to read those books before all the rest of the movies come out, definitely do that now. And then next to it, we have the Maze Runner series. We have the Maze Runner, the Scorched Trials, the Death Cure, the Kill Order, and the Fever Code. I read all of those in, I want to say middle school or early high school, and I loved them all. I also love the movies for those. They are extremely good movies as well, and very good books. And it's like an adventure book. I don't really know what genre that is. So, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that, but I'm not really sure what genre that is. Maybe I'll look that up. On this next bookshelf, we have literally just 2 books. The way I have this bookshelf organized is I basically just tried to make it look more like a decoration piece in my room. So these books have plants next to it. I also have this sign up here, but one day I should probably redo this bookshelf. I'm thinking I want to make it look a little bit cuter because I did this. I organized this like this like years ago. Anyways, we have 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and other classic novels and The Great Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And I think this one has Moby Dick in it, if I'm correct. I have not read these yet. I don't read a lot of classic books. I'd love to read a lot of the great classic books because they're classics for a reason, so they're probably good. Moving on to maybe my favorite shelf. So this is my Harry Potter bookshelf. I mean, enough said. If you haven't read the Harry Potter books, please do. Don't think that they're children books because those are really good. And they're 100 times better than the movies, and they just give so much detail. You know what the characters are thinking, and it's just so much better. Oh, these are dusty. This book is extremely dusty, but it is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. It was alright. I'm not gonna lie, it was not the best. I was expecting Harry Potter, but it just wasn't that. It's basically Harry Potter afterwards, like years later. Okay, now we're gonna get to the part of the bookshelf that's a little bit difficult to get to because it's like on the ground and I can't really get there easily, so I'm gonna try to sit on the ground. Okay, so once again, a really good angle. These, we got some romance books in this category, and we also just have a bunch of random books here. First of all, we have The Fault in Our Stars. You know the drill, how middle school was. So we also have this book called If I Stay. I think that a movie was made off of that. It's pretty good, I guess. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't think it was that good. What I Thought Was True. I've read that, but I could not tell you what it's about because it's been years. I don't remember what it's about. Second Star. I think I got that from a thrift store, like a used bookstore or something. And then The Third Twin. That one's kind of, I want to say more of a thriller kind of thing. That's probably one of the books that got me into thrillers more so. And then we also have Paper Towns. I'm not gonna lie, John Green, he was very, very popular among people that I knew in either 9th grade or middle school. I didn't like him that much. It wasn't that good to me. I don't know. I just love a good twists and turns kind of book that you don't expect the ending. Anyways, that is that part. Now over here we have Charlotte's Web. If you know, you know. Deep Blue. This was a book that I actually got in Europe one time when I was in Europe. And it's some mermaid book. I remember it being actually pretty good, but I was also younger. I was definitely in middle school. Yeah, that was 2014, actually, I remember specifically. So, I don't know how good it would be now. But anyways, The Raft, that was a good book. Write this book. So, yeah, this one is a do-it-yourself book, so it's not really... Okay, this one is by P. Bosch. So it's kind of like a write-it-yourself book. Oh, we can see some things that I wrote. This doesn't even look like my handwriting anymore. Personality. I wrote adventurous. Hobbies, interests, talents. Smell things from miles away. Okay. Eating habits. Doesn't eat a lot. That was true. When I was little, like, I didn't like food. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't like food. Things have changed. Catchphrase. Things you don't smell, I can smell. I don't remember writing this. I don't, but that's that. And I will give you some background on this book in a minute, because the author of this book was the author of the very first series that I read in 6th grade. I remember it. A series of 5 books, and I read it in 6th grade. We got on Christmas break, and I sat in my little chair in my room, and I read for pretty much all of Christmas break. I read this series, and that is the series that got me into reading in middle school, and I've loved reading ever since. When I was in elementary school, I hated reading, hated it with a passion. But when I got to middle school, I discovered that there's actually good books out there, and I just wasn't reading the right ones, you know? And I didn't really get into it and didn't realize that it's basically like watching a movie, just in words. And you get to make up your own characters, you get to make up the scenes in your head, which is really cool. Reading is just so amazing. If you're watching this and you don't read, find a really good book, because sometimes people don't like reading because they just haven't found a good book to read. And just find a good book. Next book on this shelf is Delirium. It's a 3-book series. I think Delirium, Requiem, I don't remember all of them. But I have the other 2 on my Kindle because they were cheaper than buying the paper ones, and I just bought the paper one to try it out and see if I liked it, and I did. And this is another type of genre or type of book that I really love. If you've read the Selection series, it's basically like that. If you've read the Selection, which I've read that, and I read them all on my Kindle because I got them all for free basically. If you like that series, you will like Delirium a lot because it is basically the same type of book. The Graveyard Book, I forgot what that one is about. This shelf down is like my middle school books, and then this shelf up is more recent. Well, The Maze Runner was middle school too, but I just remember that because of the movies. And then I have some books in my closet that I've read more recently, and over the past 2 or 3 years, it's really been mostly on my Kindle just because it's cheaper and better for the environment. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the very bottom shelf. For this bottom shelf, I'm gonna just hold the camera and talk because there's no way I'm gonna get that camera angle with me in it. We have the 1010 books, comic books. My dad is British, if you didn't know, so that is why I have those. Then I have the 1010 book that's basically based off of the movie. Oh, to the right of that is those books that I was talking about, the very first series that I read. I very much recommend this if you are 10 through 15, if I had to guess. You know, older elementary school, younger middle school. These books are extremely good. I just remember them being so good. And then over here we have The Night Garden and Peter Nimble. That was a 2-book series, I think, or just 2 books together. I also have Below the Surface and Back Before Dark. These are kind of mystery books. They're written by a Christian author, I want to say. That's how I got into them, because they were by a Christian author. To the right of them, we have the Books of Elsewhere, God's Not Dead 2, and right next to God's Not Dead, we also have The Shining. I have not read that yet, actually. And then also to the left of God's Not Dead 2, we have Stealing the Highland Jewels. I can't read that, but it's basically written by a Christian author as well. And then we have the Divergent series up there. Great series, 100% recommend. A random Karen Kingsbury book up here and a couple of random books. Okay, now that I've shown you all of my bookshelf books, I'm gonna need a coffee break real quick before we move on to the other books. Some of the books are high up in my closet, so I might just have to tell you what they are. And you're probably gonna know what they are without me telling you, because they're popular books. I will give you a hint: vampires and werewolves. Anyways, and then so I'm gonna get coffee, show you the books that I have not in my closet, and then show you some of my Kindle books that I've really, really enjoyed and just really love, and the book that I'm reading right now on my Kindle. Okay, so this book I've been reading more so, it's a Christian book, not just Christian fiction. It's what are these called? Like self-help books? I don't know. This is a Christian book where it's non-fiction. Okay, anyways, it is Overcoming Sin and Temptation by John Owen. It is a thick one, but you just gotta read this really slowly to actually understand it and take it all in. It's about how to overcome sin and temptation and to to continue to mortify it every single day, because sin on this earth is never gonna completely just disappear. Jesus saves us from our sins, but we are also supposed to be daily mortifying our sin through the Spirit alone. Anyone without Jesus Christ and without the Holy Spirit in him or her will not be able to ever mortify sin. It will be a failed attempt. So it's talking about that, and Christians still struggle with sins, so if you're a Christian, read this one for sure. It's very, very good. I try to read this every morning, at least a few pages. Now I am going to go over the books that are in my closet. Okay, I will show you where the books in my closet are. They're all the way up there. For those, we are simply going to, I'm just going to tell you what's up there. We have The Hunger Games. If you don't know what that is, I don't know where you've been. Then we have one of my favorite series. I know you're probably gonna cringe, but before you judge, you have to read the series first. If you're judging me liking these books off of the movies are so corny, not great acting, very cheesy. The books are just different, and it is the Twilight series. It is such a good series. I mean, if you're a guy, you probably won't like to read it, but if you're a girl and you haven't read them yet, read them, even if you've seen the movies, because they're 20 times better than the movies. Then we have Insurgent from the Divergent series, and yeah, those are the books that are in my closet. We are now going to get into the Kindle portion of this video. Here's my Kindle. She's a beauty. If you want to know which Kindle I have, just comment it down below and I'll put it in the description. I got it on Amazon, and if you want a Kindle for really cheap, wait till Black Friday because Amazon has great deals on it. I'm gonna get into the book that I'm reading right now first. If you're in the know on things like book talk and things like that, you'll probably know what it is, but it's called The Silent Patient, and I just started it, so I'm literally 2% through the book. So I can't tell you if it's good or not yet. It's a good start, I will tell you that one. So that is the book that I'm reading right now on my Kindle. And the reason I really like my Kindle is, one, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get a lot of free books on Amazon Prime, and you just download it if it's a Prime book. One thing that I really use and I love, this is my complete own opinion. I found this app because someone shared it on their social media. It's called Libby, and Libby, and it's basically you put your library card in if you have your local library. Your local library has ebook licenses to a certain number of each book, and you can search books and just borrow it for 2 weeks. And I got The Silent Patient off of Libby. I get a lot of books off of Libby. If it's a super popular book like Colleen Hoover, her books might take months for you to get it because everyone puts it on hold because it's so popular. But books that are semi-popular, it might take a couple weeks for you to get it. And if a book is not really popular or trendy, you can, as long as your library has a license for it, you can basically just put it on hold right then and there and download it to your Kindle. You can also download it to your phone, but if you connect to your Kindle, it allows you to download it from your phone, and then it'll just download it straight to your Kindle, which I absolutely love. Ever since I've gotten that app, it has saved me so much money. I feel like this sounds like I'm being sponsored by Kindle or by Libby, but I'm really not. It's just made life so much easier, and it saves me so much money. So I'm gonna tell you guys about all the books that I've been reading recently. Okay, a book that I'm planning on reading after I read The Silent Patient is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It is a series, I want to say 3 or 4 books. I have not read them. I haven't heard about them really, but I was Googling just really good thrillers or murder mystery books, and this one popped up, and it was on the Libby app. So I think it's semi-popular though, because I do have to put it on hold. I also read recently Along Came a Spider by James Patterson, and I read half of it. My subscription on Libby ended, so I didn't finish it. The fact that my subscription ended before I could finish it shows that it wasn't my favorite book. It was a really extremely slow start. Once you got into it, it was pretty good, but I've read a couple James Patterson books before, and I don't think this one was his best one. I also read The X by Frida McFadden. That one was pretty good. Yeah, that one was pretty good. Her books are really, really good, and you get a lot of them on free from Prime. And The Wife Upstairs I read by her. Oh my gosh, that one is so good. So good. Okay. I also read Verity by Colleen Hoover. It was my first Colleen Hoover book, and she's just such a good writer. Next series, I read this one over this past Christmas break, is the Selection series, all 5 of them. The first 3 are my favorite, but oh my goodness, they were just so good. I read them all in like a week, or at least the first 3 in a week, and that was a series where I would be staying up until 4 a.m. reading because it was just that good. The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden was also really good. And then The Lost by Natasha Preston, I want to say her last name is. That one is also really good. All of her books are extremely good. I also have The Cabin by her. Very good book. Yeah, The Lost, if I'm thinking of the right book, that one was like, whoa. Like, crazy. It was good. Crazy in a good way, but like, whoa. The Cellar by Natasha Preston is also very good. I download a lot of thrillers on my Kindle for some reason. I want to find books like The Selection again, another series like that, because I just love those. Those books are extremely good. Those and thrillers / murder mysteries are my favorite types of books. I mean, I have a few more books on my Kindle that I've read, kind of just random books here and there that aren't popular at all, but they were just free on Prime, so I tried them out. But those are the books that stuck out to me that I wanted to show you. And sometimes if you run out of space on your Kindle, I just delete the books that I've read that were like, so I don't have all the books that I've ever read on my Kindle. But that is my complete bookshelf tour. As you can see, it wasn't just a bookshelf tour, showed you some other books here and there, but over the past 2 or 3 years, my Kindle has just been where it's at, and I really, really, really recommend it. If you're a reader, get a Kindle. I mean, no questions asked. Just get a Kindle. Get one for Christmas. get one on a Black Friday sale, and you can get it for, I want to say, as low as $75, because they just put these on sale all the time. And the battery life on these things is insane. It lasts me like 2 weeks of reading, or probably a week of reading a lot, which is really good. You can put it in dark mode, you can put it in light mode. I put it on dark mode at night just to relax my eyes before bed, but it is very, very good. I love Kindles. And when I'm going on trips, just packing this, it has millions of books on this thing, basically, because you can buy one anytime you want. You don't have to bring a huge stack of books with you. You just bring this tiny little thing, and it's waterproof, easy to carry, super light. Sorry, okay, I'm going on and on about the Kindle. I'm pretty much just enamored with the Kindle, as you guys can probably tell. So I'm gonna shut up about it now, but just get a Kindle. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment down below any book recommendations. I would absolutely love that, and I will read them. I promise you, I will read them if you leave a recommendation down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.